Yeah. I've been on a deep dive through the outer waves. I took a rocket to the edges of my brain space. I told command that I just need a little getaway. Then buckled in and threw the throttle to a race pace. Vroom. Take me further, take me farther, daughter, please understand. I could not stand still any longer.
Folks, we're here. It's finally done. This is the Rush the Barricade podcast. I'm your host, Shotgun, Stevie Spencer. Yep, shotgun, just like over-under, side-by-side, pump action, lever action, bolt action, if you like. Yes, it's a made-up name, but in this business, it doesn't matter what's made up. It matters what it's made of. First, let's go ahead and start out. You may notice some jump cuts. You may notice my hairdo changing, my shirt changing and whatnot. That's because I'm so excited about this project that I may have recorded it on different days. And I'm just happy to get it done and get it out there. I've been told by a lot of friends and some people in the business that are close to me that I needed to get this done because I'm tired of being that guy who is calling it on a lot of these different things or maybe fantasy booking. And people are like, yes, that is it. And had no real release to get it out there. Also, on a more personal note, this does help me get through what's going on in my life, just as another outlet. And I encourage you to do it too if it helps you get through that. Oh, see, there we go. So I did actually attend the anniversary show on 10/14 at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. It's my hometown, really near and dear, close to my heart. I'm glad that AEW is based here. I've been able to attend a lot more shows than I probably would if they were on a national road tour or world tour like they would have normally before COVID hit. So silver lining, it's something I really am thankful for. Now I'm screwing with you. You don't know when I did it. You don't know what the order is. No, but we got there last night. It was last night. I'm recording this on Thursday. Nice, cool night. We had 3 dark matches starting out. I'm not going to divulge any kind of spoilers or anything like that for Dark for the next week when it comes out. I will tell you who went against who, and I'm not going to tell you who won. But however, when we get into Dynamite, I will tell you that because it would have already aired. Fair enough, right? So first match of the night was Christopher Daniels versus Shawn Spears on AEW Dark. Very good match there, I thought. Again, can't tell you who won. Next match was Killian King and Brandy Rhodes. Very good match there. Also, she was accompanied with Dustin Rhodes, like she normally is, part of the Nightmare family. And then that segment was rounded out by a match between Ricky Starks and David Ali. Also, a little bit of Ricky doing what he has been doing the past few weeks on Dark, is going over to the commentating desk when Taz was there, as Taz and Excalibur normally are commentating. A very good showing overall. Normally, anybody who's ever been to one of the house shows or one of the tapings, they only normally show one dark match with a live audience. In this case, it was 3. First match of the night was Best Friends versus FTR. In this case, FTR won via what I thought was not really a clean finish because it involved someone getting smacked in the head with the championship belt. But nonetheless, it's another case where both members of the other opposing team, the challengers, are separated. One may be out of the ring or below the ring, and then someone gets knocked out for the pinfall. Definitely not a clean match, in my opinion. Good match overall. It was definitely good to see a tag team match, high energy from the crowd starting out. And during that match, you'll also notice that Trent question mark, got pushed into the arcade cabinet that Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford were on, and Kip actually called for Penelope to run to the back and grab Miro, who eventually came down and cleaned the ring out for their match versus Lee Johnson and Sean Muda. Obviously, it was going to be a squash match. Someone had just freshly debuted. It was going to be a killing in the ring, and sure enough was. Next, we had a promo by MGF and Chris Jericho in the ring for their big announcement. I guess in this case, the big announcement was actually going to be that they were going to have a steak dinner next week. I wonder if it's going to take place in Jacksonville. If that is the case, it's probably going to be at one of the more well-known establishments here. So then we get into the match between Cody and Orange Cassidy. Very good match. This match actually had me up out of my seat in times, especially toward the end. when we really thought that Orange Cassidy was going to take it all. Another one of those finishes that wasn't so clean, but it does happen very seldomly. I do have to give that to AEW. I actually saw on other channels where they did the math of how many matches they've had in total and how many were kind of wonky. And I think you can count on two hands how many matches have ended not clean, but just odd finishes in the matches. In this case, at least from the audience, I'm not sure what it felt like at home, how it was shot. I do give props to the production crew. It's always great the way they do that, the way they display the match in the ring. We thought 100% that Orange Cassidy had it. However, time limit had succeeded, and it was another one of those automatic wins for the champion. Second time this has happened to Cody Rhodes, where the time expired and either ended in a tie or an automatic win because he had the belt. In this case, I think Twitter hit it first. They might have announced it on commentary because obviously we couldn't hear it because we were in the audience. I haven't actually watched the replay yet or the taping yet, so I do apologize there. But there's going to be a rematch, so we're going to see Orange Cassidy and Cody Rhodes 2 in 2 weeks. Hopefully that leads into something going into Full Gear. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a third one again, which would be kind of odd, seeing as Orange Cassidy just came off of Orange Cassidy and Jericho 3 at All Out. It would be kind of repetitive, in my opinion, if it goes 1, and then there's a final 2. As far as the back and forth, the war of attrition, if you will. But it remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. I do hope that Cody does do a title match next week with someone else, just to kind of keep that open challenge part going. Next we have the Matt Hardy promo. So Matt Hardy's in the crowd with his family ringside, and then he's being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Then you see the Gigantotron, big screen, whatever it is for us, go dark, and then suddenly you see someone burning some pictures, and it turns out to be Sammy Guevara. This is very exciting, in my opinion. As someone who was at All Out and saw what happened to Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara during that match, their Broken Rules match, it's definitely good to see this still igniting, still smoldering underneath the surface, because it definitely didn't seem like we got that finality that we wanted out of this feud. I definitely think this is something that Matt will help get Sammy over more as more of a main event contender, because he's definitely going to be the future of AEW in the next couple of years. So it's definitely good to see as a fan. I do like this feud. It did kind of come out of nowhere with Matt trying to sort of help Sammy as a mentor, and Sammy pushing that away. I wonder if this will have any kind of implications of his status in the inner circle, because you're starting to see that with MJF and Sammy as well. Next, we had what I call the FTR lottery. So we had the lottery drawing for the 4 contenders that are going to be going into a gauntlet match leading up to Full Gear for the tag team championship title, for a chance at that, rather, against FTR. So it's different to see somebody who'd already had a match earlier in the show to come back out again. In this case too, Tully Blanchard must be changing clothes like a madman behind stage, because he had already been out with Shawn Spears that night and also backing up FTR. So they did a lottery. Of course, we knew that Young Bucks were going to get drawn, but it was exciting to see the Butcher and the Blade, one of my personal favorites, getting selected. Next up, we see Swole versus Sheeta in competition for the Women's Championship. This match, I felt that either Sheeta was a little ring rusty, or she had probably gotten injured in the match, because there was parts where she was trying to do a kip up and kind of stumbled a little bit. Also, it didn't seem like it had the energy that the other matches before had. People on Twitter were quick to blame the audience on that, but for us, it was a nice, cool Northeast Florida night. However, in the ring, it might have felt a little bit different with the humidity. There was a little bit of discussion about that as well. Humidity was a factor, especially if you're doing any kind of strenuous activity. In this case, these gals are going at it, pretty hard. I did think that Swole was going to end up taking the belt, but come to find out, she did not. Obviously, Hikaru had her in that case. Next, we see the promo with Shawn Spears and Scorpio Sky leading up to a feud there. Definitely exciting to see Sean Spears getting a little bit of a push. Also, Scorpio Sky getting a push as a singles competitor. Anybody who knows me says I kind of called that before, that he should start kind of sort of breaking away from SCU a little bit, just to kind of come up into his own. And I'm glad to see that after the fallout of All Out, that he is still continuing his journey away from SCU. Not that that's a bad thing. Not that SCU is a bad thing necessarily, but that he's able to come into his own as Scorpio Sky, not just a member of SCU. Next, we had Lucha Bros and Eddie Kingston coming out on commentary. Whatever they said is what they said. We didn't hear anything of that nature from them. No kind of promos over the speakers or anything like that. And then lastly, we had Mox versus Lance Archer. This was a nice main event because all night we have been seeing these two going at it and little vignettes here and there. And then lastly, you have Lance Archer coming to the ring first as the challenger, pushing a guy through the glass and completely obliterating it. There were some discussions about his helmet and how kind of wonky it looked, and also his music. Frankly, I didn't care. It's all part of his image. Lance Archer asked for the new song. It was created by the same guy who created the first one. And it is what it is. People had said the same thing in other promotions about wrestlers getting their iconic themes getting changed, but change happens. Get used to it. In my opinion, if you want to be a fan of the product, you got to be a fan 100%, in my opinion. So 2 high spots in this match that I really wanted to highlight and pick out that were really nice was the chair choke slam by Lance Archer to Moxley, and then there was this. Yep, a callback to the New Japan Pro Wrestling match they had at the beginning of the year, where Jon Moxley put Lance Archer through 2 tables on the ringside, and boy, was it beautiful. It was something where, I had that feeling where, okay, tables are getting out, tables are getting put up, it's the anniversary show, somebody's going through them, this is going to be epic. So we rounded out the night. Actually, Tony Khan came out and thanked and congratulated everybody. But before that, there was an awesome promo by Eddie Kingston, which I'll go ahead and leave a clip of it here.
Get a mic that works. JR, you ever correct me again on commentary? I have no problem spiking you on your end. Excalibur!
Oh, shit.
You ever talk bad about me again? Oh my God, I'll rip your tongue out your face. Shivani, you're a waste of time. This is what you want, huh? Big Bad Jon Moxley! Ladies and gentlemen, boo me all you want, but this son of a bitch sold out! He said to me the day he signed my contract to go to the Orlando Sports Entertainers, you old life. Shut up! You told me that the inmates were gonna run the asylum, and then you left us behind! You left your beautiful wife! You know what I have? I had pro wrestling only because I have a love. Screw me! Over and over again while you were making millions of dollars for an entertainer!
Shit.
I died for this sport! I love the sport! Cheer everyone for nothing in the head!
Damn, dude.
I want him to look at it! I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it. You see this? Look at it, Moxley, you son of a bitch. Open your goddamn eyes. You see this? Enjoy it. Because I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to make you quit pro wrestling. I'm going to make you quit for this championship. Because I never did. I keep going. You son of a bitch. You're going to pay for leaving me behind.
And that was when they went off the air, so only the people in the crowd actually got to see that one. Definitely leads up to the feud between Moxley and Eddie Kingston, letting us know that it's not over. Kingston still harkening back, saying he never gave up, he never quit. Just like in the Casino Battle Royale, he never was eliminated, so he got his shot, and then he was then the match was called off by one of the referees. Definitely helps. I do think that something like this should be put into the show because it's going to definitely help with the feud between the two, and just really put Eddie Kingston over. It was definitely a very heartfelt and passionate promo from him, and even got the crowd going. Even in my opinion, put Eddie Kingston over, and I think maybe we'll see more of that in the weeks to come. But solid booking all around, especially for a show under the moniker of the Anniversary Show. You got to go big or go home, where all 4 titles were successfully defended. The only title that wasn't was the unsanctioned title of the FTW Championship by Brian Cage. Definitely a solid show, and we look forward to seeing what's going to happen next week, kind of the fallout from this episode. I definitely look forward to seeing more from the Dark Order, seeing as they were intervening so much tonight on this episode. So that's all from me. I'm Shotgun Stevie Spencer. I do appreciate you stopping by and watching this. And if you'd like to see more, or like to even change some things, since this is something new, a new project of mine, sound off in the comments. Just be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll get you some more your way.
Whoo! Yeah, I'm up to no good. Big wheel, tire squeal rolling through my hood. With my popsicle melting down the side of my hand. My lemonade stands making money. That's